You got to do it horizontal.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey.
Beautiful.
Right.
Take one.
ABV is proudly sponsored by Craft Punks Canning, Bintani, Convoy and Rallings labels and stickers.
How you going, Adsy?
Mate, I am well. Cheers, mate.
Good to see you.
You too, mate.
Here we are. Last episode of 2024.
Yes, that's correct. We, last week or the week before, 2 weeks ago, was our awards.
That's it. Which we only filmed like half an hour, 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's right.
but
Yeah,
you
we're
seen
using
it 2 weeks ago.
We're using tricks of the wardrobe. We're, white shirt, white background now. We're
We obviously didn't
different coloured beers.
We didn't coordinate our wardrobe.
No,
very
I
well.
changed my hat. So yeah.
Same.
Yeah, it's a convoy hat. I was wearing the same colour shirt. And, see, this is why I don't wear a hat.
Look how
facing
weird he
forward.
looks. White shirt, he's got the weird moustache going on. He's wearing his cap the correct way around. I don't know.
It doesn't work. I can't.
What
do
are
it.
you, Adsy? What have you become?
Oh,
Strange.
I've always been strange.
Yeah, but you look strange now as well. So.
Oh, who cares?
Anyway, so
Yeah,
this is
it is
our
what it is.
yearly wrap up where we just go back over what we got up to
Yeah,
this year.
and talk about stuff we've been doing.
That's it. And it's not a bad year.
It's been a great year.
Got our
Yeah, we
first ever road trip in. That was pretty cool. It's
yeah, that
definitely highlight.
took it took a lot more planning than I think you and I both expected.
I figured it would take some planning.
Yeah, I knew it would take planning, but like even what we expected, and then we got thrown a curveball about a week out when we realised that once we crossed the border, it was daylight savings time.
So all the
time that I'd written down were wrong.
So
we had
our hour break for lunch was now non-existent.
Our spreadsheet was just up the wazoo, but thankfully we managed to make it all work out. Had a good trip.
Made it work, and then the curveball like the night before when we realised it was like, flooding rains are still happening in the entire area we need to go. That might be slightly annoying. But
I was going anyway.
Yeah.
You were very much I don't know, should we go? Should we not
very
go?
glass, half empty.
I was very much, okay mate, there's beer. If we get stuck in a brewery,
we get washed away trying to get to it. Hey, we tried.
100%.
It was his car, so I suppose it didn't matter. So
Yeah, no, I was going anyway. I'm very much I'm more optimistic, I guess.
No, you're definitely optimistic. I'm not. I'm pretty realistic. I like to be the pessimist. Yin and yang. Balances out.
No, I was like, no, we've got. I think too. We just put so much into the organisation of that week. Like it was 5 days that we went. So yeah, it was important for us to do it. I think.
Oh yeah.
And it was important that we'd organised with all these guys to do it.
Mostly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we did forget. I did forget to get back to the common people. It's going to come back and haunt me. We're definitely going to have to go back and go there, guys. It's worth another trip down.
It is. At least we got there, just didn't chat to them. But yeah, no, it was good. Yeah.
What are you drinking, mate?
This is the Hiker, Mountain Pass Vienna Lager, which is currently Phil's favourite. So I suspect he's trying to get rid of it.
No. This
Or
is
does he actually like it?
this
It
is
is a good
actually
beer.
Phil's favourite. This is his recipe. He brewed this for Beermuda Oktoberfest.
Yep.
So this is Phil's favourite. This is his epiphany beer.
Oh.
This is the beer that he had, and he went like this beer style, and he was like, "This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to learn how to make this."
Is this when he was overseas, or just in general?
I think he was overseas. Yeah, when he.
This
had
is
it.
the beer that started it all right back at the start.
Yeah, this is his beer. That was
Wow.
I want to learn how to brew beers.
There you go.
Because I'm pretty sure every brewer has an epiphany beer, like one that they've had and like gone, I can't just drink this and enjoy it. I want to know how to make it for myself. Mine was, my pink dragon fruit goza over in Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh, from Pasture Street. So yeah, I think every brewer has one, and yeah, that's Phil's.
There
so
you go. Important beer, good beer.
I'm drinking the pistachio oatmeal stout.
It's a good beer,
called
that one.
Peak. Yeah, I like it. I love pistachios. I do a pistachio.
Go nuts for them.
Can't escape it. Bring up 007. I dare you.
Please. Please do.
Oh dear. But yeah, so this is what I'm having now.
Cool.
So yeah.
Solid beer.
But yeah, we had some great beers on our trip. I think we planned it, like to me it couldn't have gone any better.
I mean, some sun would have been good.
Some sun would have been great.
Apart from that, I think it was
You
pretty
know,
good solid trip.
you could tell on the second day that we were exhausted. Like, you don't realise, it sounds grand, just driving to breweries, chatting to them,
it
drinking
sounds
beer.
like it's not work, but I mean, it is still work. It is still
like it.
set up the equipment.
You would think that every night that we'd be sitting down in our unit, drinking beers,
which we did do.
which we did do.
But we were like, oh, okay.
We
Pretty
weren't
keen for
as
bed.
jovial. We were
So,
like,
the energy, even with
we
you,
got
had
to
dropped
get
off.
up at 7.
Yeah.
let's just tone it down.
And I suppose, like, looking on a map, it sort of felt like it was a massive journey because we sort of zigzagged our way down.
Yeah,
But really, we didn't go that far. Like,
No.
to Coffs Harbour is what? It's like a...
6 hours, if that.
Well, it's less than that driving time.
Oh, yeah.
It's, what, like 3, 4, whatever it is, 4
I'd say it's
hours,
4.5.
4-ish.
Yeah, with the new highway, it's 4.5.
Double check that on Google Maps before you go.
It doesn't matter.
Don't plan a trip
No,
based
just
exactly
go.
on our...
Just do it.
It's not that far, but yeah, because we zigzagged,
Yeah.
pinballed our way down between breweries.
Yeah, well, that's what we did on the way down. Like, we went on the highway and then off,
Yeah, pretty much.
back on over the other side, and
and then
spend that time.
Some stops were even 2 stops, like the start with
Yes.
Smokey for Crumb, we went to his place up a very steep,
Yeah.
mossy mountain driveway through Jurassic Park.
Yeah, 100% into Currumbin Valley. We went,
which was
yeah.
awesome.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Filmed the brewery, and then we went down the mountain, followed him in his rally driving spec van.
You can tell he drives that every day.
He knows the rally course. We were
Yeah,
still
yeah.
like getting pace notes together.
I was
and-
ginger as shit. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah. And because it was wet and rainy, it was quite slippy. But
yeah, but I love that driving too. But even I was like, well,
yeah,
I don't
we
know
don't
the
want to crash
road.
at the start of the road trip.
No,
Let's
that's-
get through the driveway first. But
Yep.
then went to the tap rooms. That was 2 stops for one episode.
And I hadn't had
so-
a beer yet. We hadn't had a beer at the brewery. We'd only had.
No.
We just had nothing.
Yeah. Which
so
probably
it's probably
safer.
good. It was
probably
7,
safer stuff. That
7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning.
It was pretty early.
Yeah. We didn't need a beer that early. But no, and you know, everyone we met, for me, had a great relationship with. I think everyone that I think we chatted to were happy to have us there. Like,
which
that's
is
how
cool.
I felt. Like, I didn't feel like we were intruding at all.
That was a good test because usually most of the breweries we go and film are based around Brisbane, and you know we know the people, and you know the people, so it's just catching up with mates.
Yeah,
But
we
a
only
lot
knew,
of these we
only
hadn't
knew
met
Charlie.
before. Yeah, Charlie.
I
we knew
Zeke.
Smokey as well.
Oh yeah, Soaky. But yeah, I'd never met any of the other guys.
Yeah, so it was all like, this is the first time we're actually meeting them, and yeah, they were super welcoming, and you swear that you probably had caught up with them before.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Like, and I'll hand on heart, I would love to go back to all those breweries, and I'm pretty sure I could walk in there and be like, hey, remember me?
If the brewer that we
If the
talked to was
brewer's there, yeah.
So I've been back to Earth. I stopped in there a couple of months ago.
Yep.
Again, it was like crap weather. It was like raining. Again, I was like, one day I'll get to sit out in the nice beer
Maybe it
garden
was
at Earth.
you. Maybe I'm doing the podcast with the wrong person.
I might be bad luck
It's a
for going
shitty rainy
to...
day today. That's
It's sunny outside now. It's fine. But yeah, going northern New South Wales, if you take me, it's going to be shit weather.
yeah.
We'll try Sydney next year.
Yep.
See if I bring shit weather there.
Oh, man, I
See how
hope
we
not.
go.
Yeah.
It's because I'm so negative.
That's right. You're such a
You and your
pessimist.
sunny personality, I'm Mr. Cloudy over here. Oh, well, what do you do?
Yeah. Angry for what?
I'm not angry, I'm just pessimistic.
Yeah.
I'm just negative, not angry.
Yeah.
It's a difference, Adsy, you idiot. Jeez. Yeah.
Mildly offensive.
Maybe there won't be an ABV next year. This is the last ever episode, kids. Enjoy it.
I'm just going to throw some stout on his white shirt. No, it was a great. That was a great trip, and it was good too because like it was the first time like you and I spent a lot of time together. But it's different when you go away with mates and you're like, and because we didn't have the budget to have our own rooms.
Oh, we ended up with one separate rooms at Woolgoolga because they put us in the wrong room, didn't
Well, they put us in the same bed.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're not
Even though-
we're good mates, but we're not
Yeah,
gonna
even though I requested twin share, like I was like, no.
get into the room. I was like, oh,
There's a mistake here. There's one bed and one bedroom.
be topping and toeing or whatever it is.
No, we wouldn't have done that, mate. I would have been on the couch or the carpet. Don't worry. I'm happy to have avoided that situation.
Thankfully, yes, they did have another room, so we were able to get a bed each and a room each, which was fancy. But no.
Yeah. No, it was good, and it was good that over the 5 days, like I don't think we pissed each other off at all. Like, we were just talking about so much other stuff, and Joel is he's just always on. Get his phone camera out and just start filming you.
Yeah, you got to get that driving overlay. I got
You're
some
just
nice
fucking driving.
overlay.
Yeah.
There was lots of good shots I got that never actually made it into our little travel episode, which I think was probably my favourite episode of the year, just because it was so different.
Yeah.
It was probably a little bit more creative in some ways, trying, putting together that road trip montage. It's something I've always wanted to do, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. That was a good episode too. I enjoyed that.
So, and again, I guess we'll do a similar thing in 2025, with the goal being to get down to Sydney, do a bunch of stuff in Marrickville, walk around there, try to get to Esker, stuff like that. So probably
Not try to, we'll definitely go out to Esker. If we're down that far, mate, there's no way I'm going to miss the boys out at Esker. Even though Max is at Filter now, James, Dan, Charlie, all the guys I met out at Esker, I will definitely be giving them a call out. So yeah,
keen to get there. So,
jump on the metro that they got there, shoot out for sure. For sure. We also did quite a bit this year. We flew to Melbourne for the beer awards. We don't make beer. What were we doing at the awards?
Well, we were nominated, or we popped in entries for the media category. Because
We were highlighted to ask too. We got asked to enter as well.
Because they kindly enough allowed free entry to the media awards this year, which was cool. So we got to nominate, was it 3 or 5?
5 episodes.
5 episodes we picked out. And in the end, we didn't win, but we actually found out that we did get runners-up. We came second, which you don't get.
You don't get on that award. You don't.
There is no awards.
There's
You
no
win
award
and
for
then that's
second.
it. There's no silver
there's only
or
a winner.
bronze or...
And look, unless you're Crafty Pint, who sponsor the awards and judge it and present it, and apparently win it. Just throwing shade. No. The Crafty Pints are legends, those guys. They don't sponsor us, maybe because we're a podcast. But it was just it's just a fun joke that I love just having with Mick. Shout out Mick, love you, man.
Oh no, good on you, Mick, because we got to have a chat with Mick after the awards. At the end of it, had some beers, and he gave us some feedback.
Oh well, he was the one who said, "Hey, are you guys entering?" Blah blah blah. He's been following our journey the whole way as well.
We got to do an episode with him last year and stuff. So.
As well as James down, the owner or editor. I'm not sure. James is just James is just Crafty Pint. He's in my phone as James Crafty Pint. So, but yeah, they've started their podcast this year as well. So, and I think I've met Will at the awards. I'm not sure if I did or not. I don't
Too many
know.
beers, can't remember.
Too much of everything.
We got stacks of free beer just sitting there. It's like, oh.
Yeah, and I had heaps of Monsters to try and stay awake as well. So my caffeine was off the charts.
Monster's the energy drink, not Monster beers, like big beers.
Oh yeah, I had big beers too. Like every pub we went to, like, Hendo's a machine.
So what did we do after the awards? We all went out to a wine bar, didn't we?
Before that we went out to that little corner bar that you couldn't move in.
There was like 10 million people in a.
Well, I remember walking
room.
in and I saw Marianne from Convoy on one side, and Karis was at the bar, and she's turned around and with a whole bunch of beers and just given me one, and I'm like, "Whoa, you're having a great one." And I've turned around to all you guys, and you guys are all like, "How the hell did you get a beer already?"
I had to line up for 20 minutes in a room full of.
And then went out the back, and then I was talking to Shazza and Matt from Moffat Beach, and Fergs was there.
And Matty Wilson from 7 Miles. So we got a selfie of the two Matty Wilsons, which I think is my most treasured selfie of the year.
Yeah.
Both Matty Wilsons in the same one. That was pretty cool.
Yep. And then we decided this is too packed. Like I'm a sign of getting old, maybe. We were just like, it's too packed. It's too
I didn't
old.
like it either.
But it was all, we just couldn't chat.
Well, yeah,
and we all wanted to chat and do stuff. And then so there was about 12 of us, I think.
We all left, and your photo.
Callum from Kaiju, we all went up to the wine bar, and they weren't going to let us in because they thought there was just too many of us. But no, they fitted us all in with this big table.
Realised we weren't a bunch of yobbos. That was nice. But actually, going back to that bar, as we left, you got a nice photo of Matty Wilson there.
Oh yeah, got a great
7
photo
Mile,
of him turning around trying to
escape the bar
with
out.
beers, and he's like, "Oh!"
I think I've got that photo. I'll have to pop that up on the screen.
It kind of reminds me, like his facial expressions and that is kind of like I imagine Homer Simpson moving through a crowd with beers, like. It's just great.
Can't spill it.
Fantastic.
Well, you just couldn't move, poor bastard. So.
No, well, like even that day of the awards, like we walked over, like Catfish. We went there and had lunch, had a Philly steak. And, Matty Wolf turned up, Hendo turned up. Dan turned up. It was great. I had just a great time.
No, it was a cool little trip. It was only 2 nights.
It was 2 nights.
2 nights,
Yeah, it felt like a lot longer, hey. Even like, because going back to the airport, I fell asleep in the Uber on the way back to the airport.
It's the quietest I've ever seen, Adsy.
I just nodding off. I was looking out at the paddocks and such a long drive to the airport at Melbourne. What the fuck's going on? Every other airport is in the middle of the city.
Well, yeah, it's out in a paddock.
Melbourne, you got to fucking drive. Just don't get it.
Strange place, Melbourne. Good beers, strange place. But
yeah, and we had a great time going to Stomping Ground the next day.
That was cool.
Plans were to go there.
Get to a few other places.
Go to like 4 or 5, yeah. We'd planned with Hendo, like we were going to go a bit of bar hopping. And then we got to Stomping Ground. We bought a beer, sat down, and then...
Probably not far off leaving, and then the whole Brisbane congregation turned up.
There was about 10 other people rolled up, and we're all sitting at our table. We all got lunch and just kept drinking beers. And
we had Shane and his missus from Happy Valley turn up. Who else was there? In Watson.
Yeah, Watson was there. Mason from Felons. There was just people turning up, and we were all just talking beer shit.
The table progressively got fuller and fuller, and we just stayed there, but it was fine.
And we've glossed over the entire fun story at the start before we even got to the fucking airport in Brisbane. We got on the bus. We parked at Brisbane parking, which is you park a fair way away, and you could jump on a free bus that takes you to the terminal. We jumped on the bus, and the fucking door stayed open. So we're on a highway doing 90. While the back bus is open, everyone's freezing because it was cold.
Yeah, it was a cold morning in May.
Cold morning in May, and it's like 4 in the morning. Because they made our flights earlier for some reason.
Yeah.
And so it's freezing cold.
Standing near the rear door while it's open. So, wow, geez.
And you and I were both talking, I'd film this, but I don't want to accidentally drop my phone or fall outside the door. And then when we got to the terminal, old mate hit the button for the doors and shut them.
Closed it.
And then he realised and goes, oh, shit. Were they open? Well, like, yeah, fuck it. You didn't hear the whole fucking wind going. Oh, dude.
Yeah, so we almost fell out of a bus before the adventure even began. So that was
and then we're standing at the Melbourne airport waiting for our Uber. And I saw the Uber and I was so keen to drink. Just made a beeline straight for the Uber.
I was just like, you're going to bring your suitcase, Adsy?
Yeah, I left my luggage sitting behind.
Sitting at the seat that we're sitting on. Classic Adsy. Adsy.
That was fun. No, it was a great trip.
That was a cool trip. Yeah, the road trip was definitely cool. We started the year filming with Jake at Helios Brewing, and we actually, in a full circle, ended the year episode-wise. Nice driving by Dan in the background there. Nice little cameo at the forklift. Good work. Ended the year episodes at Helios again with Amber and Amberlyn and Ben.
Amberlyn and Ben.
Amber Hour. I do get confused with Amber and Amberlyn.
Yeah, and he calls it AB.
Yeah.
As well, because they're first name, last name. So yeah. But Amberlyn and Ben were excellent to chat to, and so was Jake. And it was good to chat to Jake. I've known Jake for years, being at Ballistic, and then when he took over from Charlie at Helios, we were like, I definitely want to chat to him.
Yeah.
And he's doing great things there.
Making very cool beers and doing plenty of other bits and pieces, so keep an eye on that one. But yeah, I suppose that's most of the year. Got around to a few other Brisbane venues.
Yep.
Finally got to some Northside stuff, Archer, Happy Valley Brewing, both very cool places to get to. Yeah, I'd love to. Where do you want to go? What's some things like, I know we're talking about Sydney and that, but where else do you want to go? Oh, I think we're definitely due for some more coastal trips, getting down the Gold Coast again. There's plenty to do down there, some new places popping up.
I want to see Jazza at Precinct. I'd love to do that.
We do need to do that.
Toshi at,
is it Roji?
Yep.
Roji Cat. There's a new one I saw pop up on Facebook the other day. Tap That.
Yeah, okay.
Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so saw them pop up the other day.
Is it a brewery or just
I think they're a brewery.
Okay.
By the time this goes to air, everyone will probably have heard of them. So yeah, there's plenty of new places that are actually popping up.
I'd love to go and chat to the guys at Fick.
Yeah, Fick would be cool.
Because Fick is, I really love their beers. They've got a quad, which is to die for. I absolutely love it. Big beer, obviously it's a quad, but yeah, super nice beer. I think that's excellent. Even up Sunny Coast, there's, you know, Black Flag.
10 Toes.
Yep, I'd love to get to chat to Rupert at 10 Toes.
Yeah, I'd love to get to
in the old
well.
Maroochydore one. I like the Budrum one, but the Maroochydore one, I don't know, it's just got this super cool old school feel to it. It's got these booths either side. It's a massive communal table down the middle. Your mates as well.
Yeah, your mates. I mean, there's still plenty. Yeah, Brouhaha.
Yeah, yep. I was there on the weekend. Went there after Moffat.
Nice.
Yeah,
Sick
yeah.
invite. Torella. Love to get to Torella. That seems pretty cool.
Torella
the
for
big
sure.
outside area and the whole
Yeah.
farm, sort of a natural setup and everything.
Yeah,
It's
they're
really
going through
cool.
a massive community thing at the moment where there's one anonymous person just doesn't want to be there and is just making a shitload of noise.
Always one rotten apple, spoil the fun. What can you do?
Yeah.
But, no, it'd be good to get up there and support them.
For me, I definitely want to chat to Matt Emerson from Brewski fame, and not just Matt and Ant. I want to get them on to chat about having to get rid of Brewski and then opening up Abbott Street down in the valley.
Yep.
Their new My Beer Dealer location, which is, you know, bottle shops done different. You know, we want to talk to Ian Watson. He's at Happy Valley, but you had his saison the other night.
Was it Le Petit Rocher? I don't know how you pronounce
it properly. Yeah. But so I want to chat to him and Rocky about that. We want to do that at SAC. Saccharomyces, which will be and I think there's just a lot of cool people in and around the industry that I want to chat to.
We've got plenty of content. Just got to get to the places. Range, as we said before, we're going to get to Range finally.
Yeah, working title would be excellent.
I want to chat to the guys at Black Fox Canning who do the portable canning machines and stuff that they've got here at Hiker. A few other places. Happy Valley's got one. They're coming along, doing good things. So I think they've got some new bits and pieces in the works from what I've heard. So
well, there's a new feed-in table that they were trialling here the other day at Hiker, which Phil sent me a video and it seemed to be working well.
New filler head options as well.
Well, it's great. So. It means it takes one person out of the equation. You know, that feed-in table means that Dan doesn't need someone to help him.
Sit there, putting it in by
someone
hand.
else is putting them in by hand, someone else is taking the cases of beer off at the other end. Whereas you've got a feed-in table, it's looking after itself.
Yeah.
Cans are coming out the other end, one person can do it, which makes it so much more efficient for a small brewery. That'll be incredible.
So we'll try and catch up with them out at Sumner, so that'll be cool. White Lies, need to chat to Lee. He's a hard man to pin down. He's sort of like the chameleon. He doesn't like to be seen, doesn't he?
No, we'll get him for sure.
You'll get him, Adsy.
So there's a lot of people. Are there anyone thinks that we should get too? Is there any
comment below?
Yeah, like is anyone sort of in the industry that we should get, like thirsty merchants guys? I want to chat to those guys. What are peripheral industries?
It's not all about breweries. There's other bits and pieces.
Bintani.
We do need to chat to the guys at Bintani.
Mitch, we're coming for you, mate.
I know you love being on camera, Mitch.
Dennis keeps saying to me, Mitch is the guy for that. So I'm getting Mitch on.
Whether he likes it or not.
Yeah. And, you know, the boys down at Rallings.
Yeah,
get them on as well.
Need to get Rallings on.
I don't know why they're so standoffish. Am I that intimidating? I'm sure
very
not.
Scary with that mustache, maybe. Once you shave that off, maybe we'll get a few more.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Is it Mr. Holland's Opus? I'm trying to remember. There's a dude with a mustache, and once I remember it, I'll go, that's who I feel like I look like.
Don't know. Wasn't in a James Bond movie, don't know.
No.
Don't care.
What else is on our list to chat about in the wrap-up, mate?
Well, I think that's probably sums up the year pretty well, and our plans for next year, all the people we want to talk to, but I think we need to wrap up with thanking our 2024 sponsors, so the great guys from Craft Punks Canning, Bintani Australia, Convoy Kegs, and of course Rallings labels and stickers. Thank you very much for
100%.
jumping on board with us and coming on the voyage.
Couldn't do it without you guys.
No, that's it. We couldn't because we don't make a huge amount of money, but the money we do get from sponsors gets us to places, gets us filming, pays for website, pays for all the admin fees, all the boring bits and pieces, and it means that we can do it. Because there is a fair bit of work involved, as you might imagine. Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, any sponsorship, it makes it happen. So big cheers to you guys.
We stretch it. We make it go a long way.
That's it.
Yeah, very long way as well. There's new merch online. Jump online, have a look and see what's available as well if you want to buy something, if you love your ABV.
That's it.
I'm going to buy a couple of shirts myself this week, a couple of new ones. And yeah, looking forward to that. What do you reckon was your best venue to visit this year?
I mean, I know we did it in the awards and we picked Stomping Ground when we were in Melbourne. That was definitely a good one. But yeah, look, Common People down in Bangalore.
Oh yeah,
the one
that brewery was excellent. We didn't do a venue there, like it was an interview
episode.
sort of thing.
Oh, you
Yeah,
talking
what
about
sort
favourite episode or?
No. Which venue was the best spot to go as an episode? Because we've done a lot of different places for different reasons.
Put me on the spot there. I guess Sanctus Brewing comes to mind just because it was such a huge, and they'd just gone through renovations pretty recently, so it was like a big place. So for that walk around tour bit, to be able to start on the brewery floor, that was quite big and impressive. And then sort of follow all the way down through a big tunnel, which led to that huge canning machine, which is like state of the art, the only one in Australia at the moment at the time of filming. Cool pet parrot macaw they had there. So it was just a really big, cool venue in a cool location. So I think that probably stands out a little bit just in terms of the actual filming of it.
Yep.
What about yourself? You got any that stood out?
I reckon like Becky, Little Miss Sunshine.
Actually, that was pretty unique.
Was really cool. Beers, I loved the beers. The lager wasn't what she wanted, but I loved it still. The pale ale wasn't what she wanted, but I thought it was a little session IPA. I thought it was great.
Yeah,
could have sat there all day and smashed them. We almost did. Stayed there.
We were there for a while.
Yeah, we were there for a while. Like that sort of thing. I think Wandana was cool.
Yeah.
That was excellent.
Something different with the music playing to the beers while they fermented. Like that's a cool thing.
It was just super unique. Smoky. Smoky's unique on his own.
Getting up to his farm, and I remember when we were filming, when we started inside where the brewery setup is, and we went outside where they had all the glycol stuff and the machine that turns the waste oil into energy or whatever it was. I forget now, something along those lines. But I was sort of walking around, there's a lot of stuff in the way, and I was sort of keeping one eye on the camera, keeping you guys in shot, checking the audio and the lighting. And the other eye, I was like, oh geez, I bet there's a lot of snakes and spiders around here. And then I saw some piping start to dangle out of the corner of my eye. I was like, oh fuck, is that a snake down there? And it was actually his dog, Sylvie.
Sylvie,
had knocked into some piping and then her head popped. I was like, oh thank fuck, it's just a dog. I was like, oh man, there's a big python about to wrap around my legs. Like, fuck. Keep the shot. But yeah, that was interesting.
On that trip, we actually went to Currumbin Valley 3 times.
Yeah.
Like we went to the house one, went to the brewery, and then we went to the brewery on the way back.
Yeah,
so,
which I mean, it's a cool place. Great food as well. The food truck's super cool. Some really nice burgers, and I was down there a couple of months ago, coming on the way back from Byron Bay. Some work I had down there, and grabbed their double cheeseburger thing, whatever it was. And oh man, so good. Like the beers are great, but if you like food, just stop there for the food alone.
Yeah.
So, to have both really great beer and great food like that on site.
Yeah, excellent.
Pretty solid. So,
anything else, mate?
I think that pretty much wraps it up. I think we've waffled on for, looks like a while.
Yeah, well, one thing we haven't mentioned, so earlier this year in March, we started Pour It Out, our audio podcast that I do with Phil here at Hiker. But it's not always Phil. Sometimes it's Matt, sometimes it's Dan.
Whoever's at the bar when Phil's not here is like, come over and do a podcast.
That's right, yeah, predominantly it's Phil. And I love getting a Phil's rant. I love getting a rant out of him. He reckons there's one coming, so I don't know what's building up.
But tune in and find out.
Yeah. But if you're just into some audio podcasts, check out Pour It Out. It's a weekly one. We just talk about what's happening in the news that week of weird things that I find to do with brewing. So it's nothing particular. We're not the New Brews News or anything like that. We just talk about weird shit and have a good time doing it. So check it out.
Sweet, no,
Yeah,
there you
sweet,
go.
man.
Another year in the bag. So
yeah, that's it.
Bring on 2025. Hopefully we'll have some new sponsors to announce soon. And if we don't, we won't be going too far, I guess, travel-wise. But
we'll do what we can with what we get.
That's it.
Exactly
Whatever's in
right.
walking distance, I guess. No, I'm sure it'll be right.
Massive thanks again to all our sponsors and to you, your listeners. We're up to 500 subscribers now on YouTube.
At the time of filming this. Hopefully we're up to like 502 by the time you're watching
one
this,
of
maybe.
Joel's favourite metrics is the subscribers
I wanted to get
YouTube.
to 500. I was pretty chuffed when I saw 500 the other day. I was like, Sweet.
Joel's got levels. I just like people, so I wouldn't care if there was 2 of you.
I like people.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah. They're all right.
Anyway, I'm going
Cheers,
to neck this. Cheers.
Cheers. See you next year, probably.